So before this video starts, I do want to say I also have a membership program. For $5 a month, you get custom emojis to use in the comment section, and you also get loyalty badges to show how loyal you are to my YouTube channel. So if you do have the money, I would really appreciate the support from my YouTube channel. This will really help me support to keep making these kinds of videos. And every single one who buys a membership, I will comment your name in the video descriptions, and your name will be listed there as long as you keep buying the membership, to show how thankful I am for everybody to keep buying the membership. And of course, no bad names. If you have a bad name, your name is not gonna be there. So that's it, and now let's get back to the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to be pro at dungeons. For those who don't know, we had a dungeons update like pretty much a few months ago, but the hype has pretty much died down since then. But I've been grinding dungeons pretty much every day ever since that update came out. For those who don't know, I am currently in, as you can see, the 3rd tier of gold. And ever since that update, I've been grinding dungeons every day when I can. So I haven't spent money on dungeons at all. So you can basically get to gold 3 without spending any money on dungeons if you really do grind for it. Of course, for example, what I mean by grinding for is, I don't mean staying up all night collecting scrolls to do dungeons every time you get at least minimum 5 scrolls. No, I just pretty much every time I logged in Growtopia, I did dungeons and that's it. I didn't really stay up all night grinding dungeons. So if you ever wondered, yes, you can get in gold tier 3. So I want to show you guys in this video how I basically do dungeons. So let's start dungeon. As you can see, this is the Ruby dungeon. So I actually got in some dungeon with some other players who are already in Ruby. So what I'm basically gonna show you guys how I basically do dungeons and what is my method in dungeons that I use every single time I do dungeons. So pretty much in dungeons, killing monster wise, there is literally no method. The first monster I see is pretty much I just go kill it for, and then there are some mobs that you can actually time their like attack. So pretty much in dungeons, you can wear whatever clothes you want, but I do recommend, if you really want to be getting all the points possible in game, I really recommend you to wear a super fast set, because that means you run really fast towards these mobs to kill them faster than anyone else. I actually used to wear like a fast set every time I did dungeons, because then I realized there's really no point, because dungeons itself is very easy, so there is no need to have competition while killing these mobs. Also, if you do get shot, it is really not that bad, because before it used to be harder in dungeons where you really had to look out for the attacks, and at this point I don't really even try to avoid attacks, only if I'm really low and I'm level 1. But before that, I don't really try to, because they don't do much damage. It's very rare for me to use the respawn on scrolls, because usually the dungeons like right now are very easy to defeat. So for example, this guy, as you can see, I actually timed its jumps. Like, he threw a fireball at me, I jumped and I kept attacking. And another method that people use in dungeons, as you can see, I'm in a dead end. So it would take a long time for me to go back the way I were. So the thing I do is I just respawn, and I would just go to the last checkpoint I touched, which is most of the time spawn, or like the last checkpoint that I touched near spawn, which just makes your time faster to find more mobs without worrying if other players are gonna take all those mobs before you can even get them. Buying things scroll wise, what I usually do is, as you can see, I have 328 scrolls, and you see I got just what I wanted, which is fireball. The thing is, why I want fireball is because when I have enough points, the first thing that I go for is fireball, because fireball is OP, and that's the thing you want to go for. If you have less than 200 points, then I buy something else. But if I do have over 200 points, then I just keep re-rolling until I get fireball, because in each dungeon you will eventually get fireball unless you're very unlucky. So that's the first thing I will always go for, is fireball. And the next thing that I go for is, if I have over 500 points, I will re-roll until I get one of the perks, which is 500 points. So there are 3 perks that cost 500 points. There is shield, there is an explosion, and there is healing. So the most important ones, in my opinion, is explosion and healing, because explosion does massive damage to these mobs. It's like an insta kill to kill all of these mobs, And healing, you know, healing is just you're always healing. As you can see, for example, right now I have 500 points. I just rerolled, see, and I got the explosion attack that I wanted to get. So that's why if you have over 500 points, if you can afford a reroll, always reroll until you get the 500 points. So pretty much in every dungeon, I aim for fireball. The important ones to me is explosion. That's the number one thing you want to get. Another thing that is also really good that you should get is healing. But shield is not necessary. Like, you will survive without a shield in dungeon. It really doesn't do much. But I get shield anyways because usually in dungeons, I can get all 3 points. So for example, if I'm re-rolling and I get a shield and I haven't got my healing and explosion yet, I buy it anyways because the next time I'm in the shop and I re-roll, I know I will get explosion and healing anyway. So basically what I'm trying to say is if you get, like, for example, you're re-rolling, you have fireball, but you don't have like healing, explosion, and you got shield with the 500 points, I will buy it anyways and I won't re-roll for a better one like healing or explosion because you will get those anyways while doing all of these dungeons. So my strategy is basically getting fireball, then explosion, then healing, and then shield. So if I'm at the shop, let's say I have all the fireballs, I have all the 500, like the 3 things you can buy with 500, I just buy things damage related. Everything related to damage I will buy. But the things I will never buy is healing. Like for example here, I will never buy max health or the slime one that like gives you a chance of healing back. Like basically everything healing related is not needed because of the healing aura. It is so OP. I really think you do not need healing at all. In my opinion, it is a waste of points. But I will say the only thing that I buy healing wise, I will buy only once and I won't buy again, is I will buy the healing potions. I will only buy the healing potions if there is no damage. For example, let's say I have 100 points and my options is for 60 points I can get damage and then for 30 points I can get healing. So in buying the 60 damage and having 40 left over and not buying the healing potion, I will buy the healing potion because healing potions will only appear once in the shop. So there's 3 potion tiers that exist in the shop, which I'm pretty sure is one cost that costs 60, one cost that costs 30, and one cost that is 15. As you can see, for example, I have 149 points right now. The thing I'm gonna buy is for 100, I'm gonna buy critical damage. And as you can see, I have 49 left. And I can't afford a reroll. I don't have more points. So I will buy common endurance. So the only healing things that I will buy in the shop is the potion. Because once you buy the potion is never gonna appear again. It's only a one-time purchase. So if you buy the healing potions, it helps to get rid of the potion. So you have a higher chance of getting fireballs and the perks that cost 500 points in the store. But the thing is, another tip I want to add is if you're in the shop, let's say you bought everything you have and you have what, 55 points left over. Never reroll if you have less than 60 points. The cheapest thing you can buy points wise with damage is 60. There is no thing that costs less than 60 points damage wise. So for example, if I have 60 points left, I won't reroll. I will just keep the points for the next round because if I just reroll, I will lose the 60 points and I can't buy anything because the cheapest thing damage wise is the 60 points. So another thing I want to mention is, for example, if you reroll, you have, let's say you have 3 epics in 9. Regular damage, critical damage, and accuracy damage. So the first one is damage, second one is critical damage, and the third one is accuracy damage. But if I even get one of those 3 things, let's say I get accuracy damage, but I didn't get the other those 2, I will never reroll. I will just buy the accuracy damage anyways, because I just buy the first damage that pops up. I will never reroll for more damage, because at the end of the day, all the damages you buy, they will stack up and they will make you very OP at the end of the day. And the last tip I want to give is chest-wise. I know there's people that like give tips to players that you should always run to chests, because chests in dungeon give the most points. But in my opinion, running to chests and just leaving mobs is just not worth it, because of the fact that you will win dungeons anyways if you just kill the regular mobs instead of chests. I think you should go for chests. If you go to the same time, let's say you go to the right side, there's a chest and there's a snake. obviously you should go for the chest instead of the snake because chests give you more damage. For the people who are interested, who are asking, why are you even still doing dungeons? Dungeons is dead. Nobody cares about dungeon anymore. The hype is dead. The only thing is, the reason I do dungeons is because I just don't see why anyone should not do dungeons. Dungeons is first of all free, you don't have to pay for anything, and you have a chance to get pretty much just good rewards in general. For example, I want to talk about the things I've gotten while doing dungeon and the things I haven't. For example, there's the bronze tier, and in the bronze tier, I've pretty much gotten every single drop that there is in the bronze tier. For example, I've gotten the moon sword, which is, when it came out, it was pretty much a BGL, and I did get it 3 times. But the thing is, I got the sword when it wasn't popular anymore. So right now, the price of the sword is like 10 diamond locks, which is still a good drop. Imagine you're getting free 10 diamond locks for just doing dungeon. That is insane. That's why I think dungeons is a good way, especially for the new players in this game. I recommend to do dungeons because it's just free items and it doesn't cost anything. So since I got the moon greatsword 3 times, that means I got 30 diamond locks profit from just getting the moon greatsword in Dungeons update, and I didn't have to pay for anything. It was literally free. The next tier is a silver tier, and in silver tier I've also gotten everything. Of course, in this tier there's also these pets, Climpers, Vipera Bears, and Blade of Revolt. But to be honest, these pets don't cost more than a DL, but it's still free DLs, but they are not that expensive. The next tier here is the gold tier. So in the gold tier, I have gotten everything except for a few items. I have never gotten the crystal ball head, which I have no idea what the price is for. I've also gotten the pet mimic chest. I think I have pretty much 5 of them in my main world right now for sale. They used to be 40 warlocks each, now they're 25 warlocks each. So basically all these pet leaders just drop even more every few months because of how like common it is now because of people doing dungeons. But I've never gotten a riding axe break. So riding axe break is the same item just like the blue sword, which also costed 1 BGL when you just got into the golden tier and you were one of the first ones to get the item because it was super rare and nobody had it. So, and of course, there's also items that are higher, which I unfortunately cannot get because I'm just not in that tier. Of course, like how there is ruby tier, which I have no idea what the prices of these items are, but pretty much the thing about dungeons is if you are in a very high tier, you can basically sell these items for really expensive. And that's pretty much it from what I wanted to say. And the last final thing that I wanted to say, while you pretty much attack the bosses in dungeon, is you don't even have to like stay 2 meters away from the boss to kill them. Every time I'm near the boss, I just go straight up next to the boss and I keep punching them until they're dead because of the OP stats that I've gotten this whole time. By just buying Fireball on all the 3-500 tiers, you are pretty much OP and unstoppable, and it's a very small and rare chance you will actually die from the boss because you just do so much damage and you kill the boss in less than 10 seconds. So I just go next to the boss and I kill it and I basically win dungeon. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my how to get pro in dungeon in this video. If I missed any tips, comment down below because everything I've said in this video is basically information that I've learned from myself. I haven't heard from anyone else's other strategies. So if you have a better strategy than I do, let me know in the comments down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for more videos like this. Be sure to like the video so I know you guys enjoy these types of videos. And yeah, comment down below what you thought of this video. See you guys next time. Goodbye. So in every video, if you don't know, I do an item giveaway, and if you want to win an item, all you gotta do is come to the world called a league code, go to the right side, read all the signs and rules, how to enter, and you pretty much just have to put your grow ID and your world name. In every single video, you have a chance to win a panda mask and a panda body. So the person who won last time is on the screen right now, and that is really it. And now let's get back to the video.